Let's go change a tire. Alright, that's our situation. Hopefully this all works out. Just bring the whole tool bag over here. Some trash from yesterday. Breaker bar. I wish I recorded yesterday, but this was all a surprise. Thought we're just coming out to the trailer to get it ready to go camping. We had a big ass flat tire. I might have to crank this up a little bit more, but hopefully if this ditch is deep enough, I'll be able to get the tire on. But let's see. Now, got the majority of my lug nuts in there, but one of my lug nuts got chewed up. It's pretty soft metal, and I was a dummy and used a steel socket for torquing, and it slipped and chewed one up, and so now the socket doesn't go on there very well. So I had to pound a socket on there to get it on, which I did. But, alright, let's get to work and see what we got. Let's not fuck around, because I gotta go to Costco after this and get my oil changed. Now, did I leave enough room? I'm gonna have to put, there's a little cup that I need to put on here when I did leave enough room, I think. Nice. Okay. So that bad boy goes in there. And then okay, maybe I do have to crank it up a little bit. As we're lined up. Not too much, we don't have to go up too much. So, actually, you know what? Before we put this bad boy on, I did bring a spare lug. Yeah, we'll wait. I'll get it on first. We'll see if it fits. Need my hook. Give it a little bit of length. bad boy goes on the end. I go up a little bit here. Up, 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 up. Here, I'll give you the fun look here. Enough? Yeah, right. That's all we needed. All right. So, let's see what we got going on here. Now, first we want to test if this other lug nut would fit. That's the chewed up. Does this bad boy fit? No, it's too small. Too small of a lug nut. So we're going to have to use the chewed up lug nut, which is going to be fun to get off, but we'll figure it out. We'll do that one last. All right, get these all on finger tight. So, oh, I guess I need a battery on there, huh? These will not get to torque right, so I'm gonna have to use a torque wrench after. Okay, come on. Come on, buddy. It's coming. That's a tight spot. So, this is the chewed up one. You can see it doesn't quite get all the way on there. This is going to be really tough to get off, but I think we can do it. Now we're going to lower this tire down. I'm just going to leave that on there for now. Can you see? I don't know. I'm not looking. Now let's bring this bad boy all the way down. Or mostly all the way down. All right, that's not going to spin. That's a good spot. Start. Come on, buddy. Getting this off is going to be fun. All right. Oh, it's coming. All right. I'm not going to be able to torque it with my torque wrench because all I have is this steel, and I don't want to torque with this anymore because it's going to strip it. Even though it's skinny enough, this torque wrench does not clear. So we're just gonna get it as tight as we can with the breaker bar. Without putting too much crazy on it. Have to go Home Depot and get an adapter for that torque wrench. Well, I think I've sort of beaten this one back into shape, which is nice. All right. All right. So before we leave tomorrow, I'm gonna have to make sure that all these are torqued nice and tight. But let's get this jack off. Down. For anybody this is a Flagstaff Shamrock 233S. It's basically a hybrid trailer. It's got three tent fold outs and one push out for the dining area. It's a pretty sweet setup. It's going to be warm, but we have an AC unit and we don't have the whole crew with us this camping trip. So we'll be able to leave one of the tents up, the back tent. But maybe you'll get a little tour here while it's up. Ugh. The tire is on. That was quite the surprise yesterday. There's a big bulge on the back side of it, so we must have hit something on the road. And we had some kind of road hazard from the place that we bought the trailer, but that was 40-50 miles away. I wasn't going to drive all the way down there, so I went to Discount Tire and just bought new of the very same tire. These little press-in pins on these jack handles are not very easy to press in with my fingers. All right. I think all these are going to stay with the trailer. I think this breaker bar is going to stay with the trailer since I got a 1/2-inch drive and what is that? What's the smaller one called? 3/8 inch drive? You can let me know. Yeah, 3/8. All right. I'm just going to leave this on here because I use the 3/8 for my stabilization jacks when we get into camp. And I guess the best way to keep track of this is just to put it on here for now. I don't think anything else is going in there. We'll come back and lock it in a minute. Oh, I was wrong. My wood block needs to go in there. Now my jack needs to go behind the seat. So I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way so we can get to it. That needs to come down, and that needs to come down. The jack goes back in there after I get all this crap back together. That goes in that, goes around there. Let's go get my wood block and get it put away. I bet you $1,000 if this is filled up to 65. I think these are all filled up to 55. I should probably film up a bit more, you think? I don't know. You RV folks out there, tell me. I had them filled, or 57. I had them filled up to 57 because, hot damn, while we're going down the road. Okay, I can take this off. I just did this while we were using the jack because these chocks can move around. And the tires get so hot in Texas in the summer. And my tire pressure alarm just goes fucking nuts. But I know these Goodyears can probably take some more pressure. Yeah. You know what? We can go around and check the pressure on all these. I filled them up to 57 yesterday. And so it'll be nice to see if they held pressure overnight. Someone lost their vent. Or a cord pull. Ugh. Oh. I got some grapevines tying themselves to my trailer. I should probably come through and cut some of these to. I know that they usually do it a couple times a year. They just came through and mowed. Maybe the vine people will come through next. Or maybe not. Maybe they skipped it. We're going to jack down a little bit here. I put it way up yesterday. All right. Oh, and you can probably hear my smoke alarm inside chirping. That's because the battery has died, but I have solar on here that powers it as well. And it's above the push out. And so I couldn't reach it yesterday without pushing out, and I don't want to push out here next to the neighbors and all that stuff. So I'll just bring some 9 volts with me, and when we get to camp tomorrow afternoon, I'll put a new got these battery locks on here, which are pretty nice. Not that, I mean, if anybody really wanted to get to them, they could just cut them off and get to the batteries, but it will stop anybody that's just passing by and wanting some free lithium batteries. I filled up my propane yesterday. Everything's looking pretty okay. This trailer is about 4 years old at this point, and really the biggest show of wear are there used to be rubber liners that went over all these bolts and screws, and they've dried and cracked off. So as they come loose, I sort of pull them off. Let's get a picture of this tire load information. Yeah, oh, look at that. It's cold tire pressure. I could probably pump these up. I guess they can take the heat. I've been driving them underloaded. I just need to change the settings on my tire pressure gauge. Alright, I was doing a little walk around, making sure there isn't anything else that looks like it's messed up or hanging loose, or well, let's go all the way around. I gotta go through the brush. I wish I brought clippers. You know what? I might have some wire clippers I can snippers. Nothing else is loose. Looking good. Let me see if I can get those wire snippers. I'm gonna clip off some of this. Oh, you know what? Let's put this away first. I'll take my sunglasses off so I can see here. Okay, so pretty sure I can remember how these went. One, two. Hey, does anybody know what these bad boys are for? I mean, I'm sure I could probably look in the manual or something. But every one of them has these little snappy clippies. Sort of interesting. I don't know. I'm sure I can find a YouTube video on it. Tire iron. And this one. A little pocket. That zips up. And then this all goes back here. I'm gonna set it on top. As you can see, there's little nuts down in there. I don't know which way it is better for it to slide. Probably. Man, I got it in the first shot, and the second shot is what's getting me. Okay. You think I'm going the right way, or should I, I see some friction right there. I bet you would face the other way. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. No. Oh, looks like firewall. Look like a bunch of napkins stuffed back in there. Okay. And this thing, well, now I'm going to pull it out because this thing sort of wrapped around the whole shebang. Go up a couple. This sort of wrapped around this. And this, I think, probably went through here. Like that, if I remember correctly. But this thing took a half hour to undo, and if I remember on the side of the road next time. I don't want to sit here and F around with it. I'm not sure what this attached to. You know what? It probably went under and over, if I were to guess. All right. Hey, welcome to my first time pulling the jack out of an F-150 from this century. I'm sure there's all kinds of people that are like, oh, look at the Home Depot these guys. Yeah. Uh-oh. This is part of the little kit. Just in case you gotta pour some liquids in on the side of the road, I guess. Or some fuel or whatever. And there's my air compressor. You know, I've had a tough time finding a good air compressor that will reach from my DC outlet to all my tires. And I've killed 2 compressors. I used to have a little handheld with a battery. And man, it worked great. But I overheated it and killed it. And then I had a little, oh shit, I can't remember the brand now. It was green. And nothing was long enough to reach the tires from my DC outlets. So I got this, and it runs just a little short too, but it comes with battery clamps. So I'm able to at least turn my truck around and reach. I could probably get an extension. Well, should I do the air now? What time is it? What do we got? 1:47, huh? All right, and look at that. Time for Costco. DTFO. Maybe we'll record some of the hookup tomorrow. How about that? See ya.